because every star has a story to tell. Jang Hyuk, a man who never chose the easy path. Jang Hyuk, the man of 1,000 faces and unyielding will. In an industry built on trends, appearances, and constant reinvention, there is one actor who has remained unchanged at his core. Jang Hyuk, not because he refused to evolve, but because his foundation was already unshakable. This is not the story of overnight success. This is the story of endurance, discipline, and loyalty to one's craft. From a quiet childhood in Busan to becoming one of Korea's most respected actors. From controversy and career setbacks to redemption through relentless effort. This video reveals the complete life journey of Jang Hyuk, the man behind the intensity, the husband and father behind the camera, and the actor who survived when many faded away. Childhood and family background. Humble beginnings and inner discipline. Jang Hyuk was born as Jung Yong on the 20th of December, 1976, in Busan, South Korea. He did not come from a wealthy or influential family. His parents lived a modest life, far removed from entertainment, politics, or public attention. Very little about his family background was ever publicized, not because of secrecy, but because his upbringing was ordinary. This ordinary beginning became one of his greatest strengths. Growing up, Jang Hyuk was known as quiet, introverted, and physically active. He developed an early interest in martial arts, sports, and later hip-hop culture, which would influence both his acting style and personal philosophy. From a professional perspective, this explains his later screen presence. His physical control, intensity, and raw emotional delivery were not artificial techniques. They were the result of discipline developed long before acting entered his life. Education and the first steps into entertainment. Jang Hyuk attended Dankook University, majoring in theater and film. Unlike many idols or models who transition into acting, his entry into the industry was slow and uncertain. He debuted in 1997 through a small television project. There was no instant recognition, no dramatic breakthrough. In the early years, Jang Hyuk struggled to define his identity as an actor. He was often cast in secondary roles, youth dramas, and experimental projects. However, industry insiders noticed something different. He had intensity. He took physical preparation seriously. He studied characters deeply. These traits would later save his career. Early career, rise, and sudden fall. Jang Hyuk's breakthrough came in the early 2000s with projects that showcased his emotional range and raw masculinity. However, just as his popularity surged, his career suffered a serious setback. In the early 2000s, Jang Hyuk became involved in a military service controversy. Although the situation was legally resolved, public opinion turned harsh. In Korea, military duty is not a private matter. It is a moral standard. As a result, Jang Hyuk was quietly pushed out of major productions. Casting offers disappeared. His name became risky. This period marked the lowest point of his career. Military service and redemption. Unlike many who disappeared permanently after similar controversies, Jang Hyuk made a decision that defined his legacy. He completed his military service fully and without privilege. There were no interviews, no public apologies staged for sympathy, no attempt to control the narrative. He returned quietly. And he started again from the bottom. From a professional standpoint, this was the turning point. Audiences value sincerity more than perfection. The second rise. From actor to powerhouse performer. His true comeback began with Thank You and reached legendary status with Chuno in 2010. In Chuno, Jang Hyuk redefined the action historical drama genre. His physical endurance, emotional depth, and relentless intensity stunned viewers. This was not acting built on beauty. This was acting built on pain, control, and authenticity. Awards followed. Critical respect returned. More importantly, his image transformed. From controversial figure to resilient professional. Personal life and marriage. Choosing stability over spotlight. Jang Hyuk married his longtime girlfriend in 2008. His wife is a non-celebrity, someone he met long before fame defined his life. Their relationship lasted nearly a decade before marriage. They dated quietly. No public appearances. No media narratives. This decision reflects Jang Hyuk's core values. Love was not content. Family was not branding. From a cultural perspective, this earned him deep respect among Korean audiences. Family life and fatherhood. The couple has 3 children, 2 sons, and 1 daughter. Jang Hyuk has spoken rarely about his family, but when he does, his words are consistent. Fatherhood changed his priorities. It grounded him. It reminded him why stability matters more than applause. He actively protects his children from public exposure, reinforcing his belief that fame should never come at the cost of family peace. Career after marriage. Longevity over hype. After marriage, Jang Hyuk continued to take demanding roles. Voice. Bad Papa. My Country, The New Age. He chose projects that tested his limits rather than following trends. From an industry perspective, this is why his career endured. He did not chase youth. He embraced maturity. Jang Hyuk today, a respected veteran actor. Today, Jang Hyuk is no longer defined by popularity charts. He is defined by credibility. Younger actors study him. Directors trust him. Audiences believe him. He represents a generation of actors who survived because they respected the craft, not the spotlight. Legacy and reflection. Jang Hyuk is not remembered as the most handsome actor, nor the loudest celebrity. He is remembered as a man who fell, stood up, and walked forward without complaint. If you have followed his journey, share your thoughts in the comments. Which role defined Jang Hyuk for you? And what does his career represent in today's fast-changing entertainment world?